Hi Beatle people, welcome back to A Beatleful Life. So today's video is once again going to be about Paul McCartney, the lyrics. In my last video I did kind of an unboxing video just showing some of the packaging and inside the books, but I have since finished reading them, so today I'll be talking about my thoughts after I have read these. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you did not see my unboxing video, that's the most recent video on my channel. You could check that out first. And I should say, if you haven't read these yet, this video will contain some mild spoilers too. So if you did not see my last video, the format of this book, if you don't know, it goes alphabetically. And there is a few songs starting with each letter that Paul talks about. And there's a lot of pictures and handwritten lyrics are included. Pictures of the lyrics and pictures relating to the stories that Paul was talking about. I really enjoyed seeing the lyrics for each song, especially the ones that were like not the final version of the way the song would be. And obviously I loved all the pictures. So many of these we haven't seen before. And I was thinking, if as far as all the pictures of the lyrics, if you're like someone who likes getting tattoos, you have a lot of material to work with these pictures. So I'll go into some little specific things I liked in the book, but overall I just want to say I really enjoyed reading these. There was something, I'm not sure the word, cozy or something about reading the books, because it was like Paul was obviously telling you a story or lots of stories. So I really enjoyed that. I was actually sad when I got through the second book, like when I was done reading them, I wanted more. So I hope eventually maybe there will be a second edition of the lyrics. At the end, I think I'll show some more pictures that I like, but I did want to point out some specific things that kind of caught my attention in the stories. So first, I did like that there were some songs included from Egypt Station, because I love Egypt Station, as you know, and there were some in there from New also. I was happy that he did Confidant. He talked about the serpents turned to bits of string line and the butterflies wearing army boots line, because I was always curious as to what made him come up with those. And I actually asked him that, and when he did a Twitter Q&A a few years ago, that was one of my questions. That didn't get picked though, but so I'm glad he explained that here as to what those were about. And then this is just a very small note, but he said in Eleanor Rigby, when the line wearing her face that she keeps in a jar by the door, that he's actually referencing, I think, Nivea face cream. And this whole time I've been envisioning like a literal face that she puts on, not face cream. So I'm glad he clarified that. And then another thing I found interesting was in the Golden Slumbers part of the book, how he talked about how the words to that are actually part of an old, I think, Victorian poem. That was really definitely something I didn't know. And I think he said in the book, not a lot of people know this. I thought that was an interesting point. Definitely was a little known fact before. And then something else I liked, I'll try to find the pictures in here. I forget exactly where they were, but it was some old, I guess, scans or whatever you'd call it, of Paul practicing his autograph when he was really young. And he actually put J.P. McCartney instead of Paul McCartney. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Alright, so here it is. Let's see if I could. You could see he was using J.P. McCartney. And then another story I liked was about Long Tall Sally. He said that one day the teacher allowed them to bring their guitars into school, and he actually, I think, was standing on the desk and performing that for his classmates. I liked that story. And then one of my favorite stories in the book actually was about In Spite of All the Danger, and how they were, really young, and they went and recorded that song, and they had this little disc that it was on, and they were sharing it like among their family members, because they weren't famous yet. And how it was a McCartney-Harrison composition and not Lennon-McCartney. I think he said it was the only McCartney-Harrison composition. But I just like the thinking about how they were just starting out, and they only had this little disc that they were sharing among their family members, and then how big they would get after that. And I really like when he plays the song in concert. I hope if he does continue to tour, that he keeps doing that. And then speaking of touring, he did mention like a couple songs. He said, people have always asked me to play this in concert, maybe I will someday. One of those was Rocky Raccoon. I would love to see that in concert. Another thing related to concerts, he was talking about Live and Let Die, and you know how that's a huge part of the show with all the pyrotechnics and everything, and how he saw this old woman in the front row and he thought, oh no, what's gonna happen when the explosions go off? But then he ended up looking at her you know, a little later into the song, and she was loving it. So I like that story. That's I've said this lots of times, that's my favorite part of Paul's concerts, is Live and Let Die, or one of my favorites anyway. Hey Jude is obviously up there. And then there were some other stories of Paul's childhood and teen years that I enjoyed too. He, like how he was talking about his first job was like a factory type of job, and he would help with deliveries, and how he would like sleep in the delivery vehicle, and the other guy would wake him up when they got to the stops. So then another thing was him talking about his bass and how he chose that Hofner bass because of the symmetry, because he knew he would be playing it left-handed. I thought that was interesting. I guess I'll move on to some pictures that I liked, although I did show quite a few in my unboxing video, but there was, I think, a picture of the Hard Day's Night script in here. Let me find that. So I thought this was cool to see. It's the Hard Day's Night script, and Paul's name is up here, and there's a drawing of their suit there. I think it would be cool to see some pages of the script, like the inside, but it is my favorite Beatles movie, as you know. I liked this section too, where he was talking about them being friends with the Rolling Stones. My dad is a big Rolling Stones fan, so I'm sure when I give this to him to borrow, he'll enjoy that part too. And then I'm pretty sure I showed these in the other video, but I really like these Live and Let Die photos. I like this one too, of Paul's Sgt. Pepper suit, and this is an early design of the Sgt. Pepper drum logo. And then I'm not sure if this was previously unseen or not, but I like this really early picture. It says it's from 1960. Alright, so I think actually I won't show any more pictures. Again, I don't want to give every single picture in the books away, obviously, but I do want to mention, if you didn't see the news, that the lyrics has been named Barnes & Noble's Book of the Year, and it also was #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for hardcover nonfiction. So congratulations to Paul on those. And then also tonight, it may actually be right when I put this video up, Paul is going to be on the Barnes & Noble official YouTube channel. He's chatting with, I believe, the CEO of Barnes & Noble about the lyrics. So that I think premieres at 7 o'clock Eastern time. So overall, again, I just wanted to say I really enjoyed reading these books. And if you have finished reading these, let me know in the comments what your favorite story was, or something that you found interesting in the book. But that is going to do it for today's video. So I want to say thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more things like this. I will leave my social media in the description so you could check that out as well. And as always, have a beautiful day, everybody. Bye-bye.